Canada, and we're going to go and speak to Kayla Pollock. And Kayla took a Moderna shot. Good morning, Kayla. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you guys? I'm so sorry to hear that both of you have vaccine injured children. I know what it's like to watch caregivers and the burdens and the just the love that you have, but the also the incredible amount of work you put into it and the stress and the loneliness. And there's a lot more to it than just saying I care for a vaccine injured child. There's so much more of a story there, but not to get into your lives. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're both doing well.
Well, here's the thing, isn't it? That this is the thing, and this is why we have you on, and this is why we have all these people on, because they scream anti-vaxxers at us. Yet we all vaccinated our children or ourselves. So
Yeah.
we told us to do with catastrophic results. So Kayla, let's talk about you first of all, because you were super active. I saw your little
Yeah.
stuff, animals and everything, just like really
Yeah.
active, beautiful young son. What made you decide to take a COVID shot, the Moderna of, which in my mind is the worst of them all?
Well, in Canada, we were told that if my father was dying in long-term care, and he did die in long-term care, and in order to see him there, you had to be vaccinated. And so he was dying in long-term care. And while he did die in long-term care, that was where the original kind of control or coercion for the Pfizer came from. That was the first vaccine. And then secondarily, what I did is I ended up, I worked for the York Region District School Board, and I had a job with kindergarten children. And kindergarten children aren't very good at not sharing their gene or their germs and stuff. So they were like, oh, you have a rainbow mask, and oh, you have a kitty cat mask. Let's trade. And I thought, wow, this is going just as it should be. It was ridiculous. And so I was feared. I was told if you're type 1 diabetic, this COVID disease or this COVID disorder will kill you. You aren't strong enough. It's going to kill you. And I believed the news. I believed the vaccine companies that it was safe and effective. I had taken flu shots in the past and thought, okay, well, whatever. I knew AstraZeneca had been stopped once and then it had been okayed. And in the back of my mind, I thought, what are you doing? But anyway, I took my Moderna shot, and I can't provide exact timelines because I have a $45 million lawsuit against Moderna, which is the first in North America because they do not have immunity here. They just dump it on the taxpayer. So I sue Moderna, and then I win. And when I win, that means the taxpayers, the government then pays back Moderna, which is sad and disgusting. But their name will go down, and that's more the point of the lawsuit. Like accountability, like this is what you guys are all talking about too. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and Moderna in this case is accountable for knowing things or not telling things that they knew were in their vaccines. So my lawyer was scheduled to get discovery, and they were supposed to give us discovery last week, and they refused to give discovery. So therefore, my lawyers had to go ahead today to serve them, to force them to give what they have. So obviously they have something that they're hiding that they don't want the world to see. It's going to be a public trial. It's in my hometown in Newmarket. If you want to sign up for jury duty, there's the time. But I hope to have a lot of friends and family around the courthouse at that time. Mainstream media has finally picked up the news, finally, but all these back alley avenues are what's worked best.
$45 million against Moderna. You go, girl. Now, why that number? Can't you talk about that?
I woke up paralyzed from my neck down. I went walking and hiking one day, and if you look in this video that you're about to show, she's got my knees completely closed behind her, and there's also a belt on the bottom. So if you're looking really closely, there's still a belt there. So when you see me standing, she's got my knees really tightly wrapped. So I'm just pulling myself up with my arms. I can't do that anymore. But that's like again, she's holding me there, but I can't do that anymore. But I'm completely paralyzed. I can't go to the bathroom, pee. I can't poop properly. I can't breathe properly. Um, I had he's 7 at the time of that. Um, and he's been a lifesaver. I mean, you're never given a challenge you can't accept, but my gosh, he's the reason that I'm here today, because they also offer me medical assistance in dying, which in Canada is Canadian medical euthanasia. We don't have really any treatments for you, so have you considered this? That
Right?
was
No, wait,
disgusting. No,
Kayla, wind back on that a second. They actually asked you if you wanted to die.
3 times. Yeah.
And how did they phrase that to you?
Well, we don't really have the supports that you need in this country, and there are other options. Like, if you considered this, basically just like that. We can get the social workers to come in and explain this to you. At one point in time, I had signed up for it, not to the full extent. And then when I realized that it could be gone, I could be gone within 90 days. I'm like, hell no, I'm not ready to say goodbye to my son in 9 days. And I stopped filling out the paperwork.
So this is one Moderna shot.
Yes.
Or paralyzed you from the neck down?
Yeah, I was able to redeem some of through therapy and through steroids and everything. I was able to get the function like I can move my neck, and I'm quadriplegic, so it means it affects my arms, hands, neck, and leg. It affects everything in my body. I have spasms, like involuntary shakes and stiffnesses that go off and things like that. But I can use my hands and my arms a bit. But you know what I can use, and I woke up and I realized this right away. Instead of when I said like, "Why me, God?" I realized, well, he didn't take my voice. And I was used to being a public speaker in front of huge audiences. I'd been in front of Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, in 2010 in front of 19,000 people at the Air Canada Center. I did work with exotic animals, so I'd been on big stages before with tigers, lions, things like that. So I honestly just felt like that's my son there. I'm teaching him the trait. He's got some babies on his back there, like little babies on her. That mom has babies on her. But yeah, this was my life before, and I wanted to also teach him that when something's wrong, you don't look the other way. You need to stand up for it. I just taught him a lot about that.
I can't imagine how you parent. Talk us through what that's like. And do you get any help? I mean, they've utterly destroyed your life.
They've utterly destroyed my life. They do not financially compensate me. The workers that I do have will all be within the next little while. What the system's so broken is that what they do is they bring in new clients so that they get more funding, but they can't take care of the clients they already have. So that's a typical problem in lots of places. So they don't really care about the patients. They care about making sure that they're getting the funding. They have $3 million extra, like in surplus, and they have $38.9 million in reserves right now, but they're not using it on taking care of me properly. This is the vaccine injury compensation program. Global News broke that story with me and a few of my friends. And this is the government being, caught for what they were doing. So instead of working on claimants, like applications like mine, where, they were actually, and then I quote, they were found being drunk at work, playing ping pong. They had slushy machines. They were watching Netflix, and there was a lot of free time. And they said that we were just numbers on a piece of paper, and that was it. And the health minister finally came out with a comment, and her comment was, "Yeah, people shouldn't have to wait long." And when they asked if they were gonna give the contract back to the same place, Oxoro, she said all options are on the table, whatever that means. So basically, we knew we could be blowing up a program, but at least we'd be showing the public that this is where your tax dollars go. You gave $50 million, and 1/3 of that went to the vaccine injured, while all these friendly friends got all the rest.
Have
So
you, through this
yeah.
awful, I mean, I still can't get over the fact that they try to make you take a potion to kill you off when you have a
Oh
beautiful
yeah,
son your son must keep you going. I can't imagine.
he does.
Yeah, of course. But has it made you now look at all the vaccine schedule? Because before that, I presume you just vaccinated yourself and your child, but has it made you look into all the vaccines now?
Well, for me especially, like I can't ever take another vaccine because we don't even like I have transverse myelitis. I'm sure you've heard of it. Just being in the job industry that you're in. It's not Guillain-Barré or something like that. So this is permanent. And even looking at genetics and things like that, it's difficult to um figure out what to do. I won't take another vaccine, but like my son, you know, he is more likely to get something like this than you would be if you have no association to it. So that would be early times in the hospital when I was just starting to be able to. That one's me screaming in the hospital the first day. They told me my paralysis was a psychiatric condition. It was all in my head. And then when I started screaming in pain, they gave me morphine, and I thought that's a little odd. That's not what you give psych patients screaming. So finally, a couple hours later, a doctor came to me and said, "You got something really, really wrong with you. Will you go to an MRI with me? I've got a radiologist at home that will read this for me." And I said, "Absolutely, let's go." And they found an incredibly massive lesion from C2 all the way down to the T's. And it was just a mess in there of swelling. And unfortunately, some of the swelling came down and allowed me to move my neck and stuff. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of rehab for 6 months. But it was horrible. I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. And now my whole life is committed to just trying to tell people. I'm not trying to tell people whether to be vaccinated or not be vaccinated. I'm just trying to tell people like there are risks. Look at me, and maybe do more homework into what you're considering. So I couldn't answer the question as to what other people should do or shouldn't, but I know for me, I can't take the chance ever again because I'm so disabled. And for anyone genetically related to me, but I don't know how far that goes. So I just want people to know what happened and this is real, and that it's wrong that the government promised us that they would take care of the rare severe vaccine side effects. And I'm known as the most alive um vaccine injured person in Canada, and I'm still waiting for a penny. We don't have pennies anymore here either, but you know what I mean, a dollar.
Kayla, you do have an amazing personality as well. I mean, to the people who don't know, we were chatting before we went live, and you've got, I don't know how you do it. I have no idea what it is that makes you that speak like you do with your sense of humor and with everything that you've gone through. But you're
Keeps
an
me alive. Humor and my son and doing something for other people's having a purpose. I thought, what the heck? I said to God, what is my purpose now? Like, what am I going to do? I literally can't even get out of my own bed. And then I just kind of thought, you know what your purpose is. Your purpose is to speak out.
It is. And Kayla, you will always have a platform here at CHD TV. So anytime you
Very
want to
sweet.
and talk to people, let us know. And how can people help you? Yes, there we go. So tell us about this.
So I've got instead of GoFundMe or Gives and Go, I have an actual website that gives you the opportunity to donate in any country, in any currency. Like you can be in Europe, you can be in America, you can be in Africa. It'll give you the ability. It's done, and then there's like direct e-transfers there. But the website is just www.opkayla.ca and /donate. And you can donate, like I said, in any currency, in any kind of anything you want to do. There's a lot of different options there. You can also email me. I do read my emails. Sometimes I'm a little behind. I get thousands and thousands of messages from all over the world. Most of them are great. Sometimes I get the people that are not so happy with me, but most of them are heartbreaking because it's other people sharing similar circumstances. But I'm here to listen too, and yeah, I'd love to see you guys just start some sort of support for caregivers, or I'd like to start something for that because, I have a person in my life that does a lot of the caregiving, and I really think that's my X account. That's where I'm most active. And oh, that's really old. Yeah, that's really old. There's like 22K.
They'll find you, and they
Okay.
will write to you as well. So they will do that. But thank you, Kayla, for coming on this morning. And there are really no words actually to describe what happened to you, and to give. We just send you love, and
Thank you, Polly.
big love to you.
And I can't wait to talk to you again.
Anytime, you just let Naomi know and we'll get you back on again, because I know our people will rally around you. So lots of love from us all, Kayla. We'll be praying for you, and those that can will donate.
Thank you.